I was going ahead with building the inside of a battery box because, as usual, trying to figure out how all these gizmotrons work is a bit of a stretch. So,
Still for a second.
say what?
I have to tell your other people that there's a new live.
Oh, okay. So, we apparently have people waiting on a different live. I'm working on this battery box that I started on. Oh, wait, we haven't shown that yet. So, I've done a little bit of a battery box in the back of the 55. That's where I've been working. See that? Yeah, we're working on that. So, so here, I'm going to put some of my tools away. I'm just cutting out pieces to frame in the battery box in the back corner of it. We have did the people find us yet from the other channel?
No, we'll just keep babbling.
Okay. Oh, yeah, well, I can do that. So I haven't unloaded all the parts. Picked up a bunch of parts yesterday. Looking after, this is a very rare car. When you have the front spears for the fenders and the doors, they're cast. They're not stainless. They're absolutely, what do you call it? Unobtainium, I believe. You can't find them. We have them. But I have to stack the parts in such a manner that nothing gets damaged and definitely nothing gets lost. I have worked at shops that are a little bit disorganized. So
I can't find it.
What's that?
I can't find it.
You can't find it.
Most people are there. Okay.
Some people have found it?
Yeah.
It's just not on my phone.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
People have you, just I don't.
They call it a smartphone.
Because it's smarter than me.
Smarter than I am. Okay, anyhow, so I'm actually going to, I think, invest in some proper shelving. These parts are irreplaceable. I'm going to put up, they're still in the vehicle. We drove to Red Deer yesterday. In fact, the video we put up an hour ago or so shows us going down to Lyle's shop. We got to see some of his projects. We got to pick up the parts that he had still had cleaning up. He's painted a bunch of them, sandblasted some inner parts that we need to fit everything when we do the body work and before we paint. We did give up a little bit on what the paint colors are, so I have to go find the secondary color, and I'll do that this week, and then I can do some spray outs because the upholstery dude would like to see the colors so he knows which way to go with the interior. These seats are being recovered. We did take the headrests off, they stay off, so we don't have to worry about what happens to them. We're putting in a battery box right now in the back corner, and we're probably going with one of the, what do you call them, AGM, but it's like a gel battery. They work in different positions. Yes? Oh.
Can everybody hear you?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Can people in fact hear me? I'm not wearing a mic, but I am very close to the phone. So we're building a battery box that'll fit the battery he's picked out. All of these things you don't think about after you build the car. During the build, you got to figure out all these things. Seats, where they bolt on. Seat belt anchors, where do you want to put them? We're going to paint underneath the car. We may end up going with box liner or rock guard, but if we have seat belt anchors to put in, we want to put them in first. We don't want to be doing it twice. Yes. What are you up to, Lee? Oh, is that better?
I don't know. We'll ask.
Orientation is locked, it says. Rotate device back.
Okay. Doesn't like that one. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, they wanted us to turn the camera
Yeah,
sideways?
they did.
Wow, this is so high-tech. Anyhow, okay, so questions. People were asking me gapping. Is there a tool when you're figuring out gaps? Yes, there absolutely is. You can buy them. I know I used to use a yardstick, but then I found there was several different thicknesses of yardsticks. You know, in school we used to have a 3 foot 39 inch long in Canada meter stick, and we would put that in the gaps, but some were too thick, I found. So to me, I find a gap that I like and I follow it. I don't have a stick that I put in the door gaps. I make them where I want them, grind them smooth, I hand file them. I suppose if you were new at the game, you would use a stick, or I don't know, for some people it just works better. So they have a specific width and they give you, you buy it, it's a tool, you hang it on your keychain and you run it down your gaps and make sure they're all even and they are whatever thickness you decide on. So you can get a tool for that. I recommend a yardstick, meter stick.
Okay, so you have a whole bunch of highs.
Well, hello to everyone, and I'm very glad. It would be, kind of silly talking to nobody, so I'm glad some people check it out. If you have any questions, feel free, here's your chance. Dad's working on his truck right now, so he's not here. He's doing ball joints and pitman arms, so he can get an alignment on his 05 GMC. So he's busy on his truck, and I was going to work on the Firebird today, but I've had other things, changing taps, water heater went, so I had to get my friend Ken to help me clean out the burner on that this morning. There's always something. So now I don't want to unload the parts until I get some serious shelving for Lyle's parts. This car is coming along really good. Cassidy is here in like 3 days. Wednesday afternoon, we pick her up from the airport. So she's pretty expensive. So I want to make sure I'm completely ready. And that's all right. She's worth it. That's why we have her coming up here. So hopefully we'll be at the stage where we both pick a side. Not that it'd be a competition, but it always is. And get this car bodyworked and primed. And it'd be nice to start blocking it. If we get all that done, then the car comes back off the frame, back on the rotisserie, and then paint up inside the roof, underneath the body, everywhere we can. This week we'll be doing the spray outs, which I guess we gave that up on the video that came out an hour or so ago. It's sort of a...
Just not the color.
Oh, we didn't give the color out?
The other color.
Okay. The top, most likely, will be a champagne gold. So I've got to go in and get that. I got a bunch of chipbooks. Compare it with the color we have. Now the color we have, I will be shooting some spray outs in the next couple days. And we're gonna see what it looks like. At that point, we'll let you see what we're up to. There's quite a variance on every coat of effect you put on, like a candy, changes drastically. So we're going to experiment.
You've got a shout out from Jim from Chicago.
Oh wow, far out. I did make it to Chicago, yes.
A fella named Lars wants to know, do you only work on American, Canadian cars? I think there are a lot of interesting European classic cars.
Oh, absolutely there is. My brother Aaron, my counsel, I looked after a couple of his cars for years because he lives out of country. So I had the job of looking after 2 E-type Jaguars, both V12s, one a convertible, one a 2+2. They're amazing cars. I love them.
I'd like you to say hi to Trudy.
Oh, hello there, Trudy. Cheers.
And no, we're not going to tell you the color.
No, we can't. We can't. So I'm not sure. I thought we gave it up in the video today, so you have to go back and look at it and see. So, and like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. But part of it's going to be gold or champagne. We're not sure yet. We've got to try it out with the other color that I spray out.
So here's a question maybe you may or may not want to answer. Will you ever do another build for Mike?
Holy, these people are not shy. Well, that's highly debatable. He hasn't asked. Gee, I don't know. I'm pretty busy at home here, but I always say never to just about anything. So.
And we have confusion on the console. Will it be built around the shifter?
I also had confusion on the console. So as it turns out, I do the spray outs. I tack in a plate now that I actually have the shifter here, and it's pretty zowie if you look on this afternoon's video that we just released. It looks like I can choose to make a metal console, working with the upholsterer who will have his own ideas and thoughts, but it goes right from under the dash all the way back between the seats. And who knows, the upholstery dude may want to carry it even farther back. So that's going to be between me and him, making sure it's something that Lyle likes and we think flows really nicely. So that's up in the air.
And Simon from the UK said they had their first snowfall this week
Like first snowfall ever? No.
for the winter.
Okay, yes, because they do ice skating over there too. So far out. Well, congrats. We had ours just a couple days ago. It's unseasonably warm, I would say.
It's freezing rain right now.
Oh, freezing rain, apparently. I don't get out much, right? So, okay. Is that why Honey's inside? All right. Poor Princess, she's outside. But, yes, European cars, by the way, they make amazing cars. The BMWs, well, there's a lot of great cars. I have had issues with some of the wiring on some of the cars from, say, an unnamed country, England. But, you know, they make some pretty cool cars. They handle really well.
There's no snow in Saskatchewan yet.
Wow, that's amazing. Saskatchewan, I mean, it's middle of November. It's after the middle of November. It's middle-ish of November and no snow. So it's different. But I can almost go skating on the river out back. So, let me see. People were asking questions. Yes, the seats absolutely getting upholstered.
And the spouse still has your lovely BMW seats waiting for you.
I saw pictures. They are a great pair of seats. I wonder if they'd fit in my daughter's Camaro.
I wonder if they'd fit in the Firebird.
Oh, Lou's thinking the Firebird. They're even the right color. But that's a lot of money to spend on just a pair of seats. But it is a twin turbo BMW. I mean, they're a great car. The car that he's suggesting I buy for parts is rust-free, dent-free. It's losing a little bit of water, which can sometimes be serious. But it has an incredible interior, and a good set of seats can easily cost you $1,000 just on their own self. So it is slightly tempting, but not as yet. My younger brother has a couple of BMWs, older. So I was going to mention it to him when he gets back to Canada. That's my other brother, the pilot. So yeah, I do have to find seats for Bailey's 80 Camaro, a motor.
The Grey Cup isn't on yet.
Grey Cup is today,
Yeah,
but I believe it starts at 4 o'clock. But is that Eastern? Can someone tell me? The Grey Cup is on today, but I don't think it's on until 4 o'clock Alberta time. And I don't know, that's Mountain Time, I guess. Pacific Time is BC, an hour before us.
And the Saskatchewan fellow says the Rough Riders will win.
Oh, really? Well, they're Western, so we kind of, out here, we would be pulling for them. So hopefully, yeah, dangerous to pick sides, but I'm a Westerner right now, so that's what we're going to go for. Saskatchewan, and I used to live in Saskatchewan. And they're playing Toronto?
4 Alberta time it is.
Okay, 4 o'clock Alberta time, which is another 2 hours and 45 minutes or something from now. So, hour and 45 minutes. Anyhow, not for a while yet. So I still have time to finish putting the tats in and trying to build a battery box.
Somebody was wondering where you're originally from, Blair.
Oh, well, I was originally born in Whitehorse. Didn't live there very long at the time. I've since, Whitehorse is in the Yukon. I did work in a body shop in the Nunavut Northwest Territories, but I did all my schooling. Sherwood Park, Alberta, just outside of Edmonton. So that's where I went to all my schooling. And Nate, I went to in Edmonton for trade school, welding, bodywork stuff.
Are you keeping your bird?
Ooh, that is, I see no reason not to. But you just never know. A person can't keep too many projects. Well, you can keep too many projects. So sometimes you trade one for another. I want to get the Pontiac in and finish it off. We did meet the fine folks in Saskatchewan who had a Camaro convertible.
69.
Which is Lou's preference because she was born about 69. So she wants a 69 Camaro convertible. So yes, there's a good possibility this car, the Firebird, will get sold. I was going to tighten up the rear suspension today. It's so hard. I am all over the place. There's so many things going on before winter. It's still on the heist.
So Cameron's cousin owned the overweight in
Oh, okay, okay. I still have cousins living up there.
The seats come with a car attached.
He's,
Delivered if you buy drinks and pizza.
oh my, oh my. He's offering to sell his car and he's being pretty persuasive so far. So what, pizza and beer?
Pizza and beer.
And he'll deliver, oh my word. It's a fair distance too. Wow, it's about 8 hours, but I love driving out to the island. Definitely thinking
Well,
a bit.
this fella has a lot of projects. 6 third-gen Chargers, 267 GMC trucks, easy to accumulate when you have acreage.
Yes, that is the problem. You suddenly go out to the back 40 and go, oh, I forgot. I had that one. And, you know, some of them should be crushed that I have. So it's time, you know, we did take a B train load of scrap out of here about 2 years ago. It might be time to do that again. So we'll see. I'm just worried they'll mistake it for something that I'm actually driving and take it. I still haven't got rock sled. I got to get it back in here. There's just too much going on. So.
Dustin wants to know if you've ever heard of a 67 Merc Meteor Montcalm S33.
No, that's a whole mouthful there. No, I haven't heard of that.
And you're not supposed to crush them, the cars.
No? Well, it depends what it is. I mean, I've got a bunch of mid-90s Chevy trucks. And I think I was driving the rustiest truck in Alberta about 8 years ago. I mean, it was brutal. The worst I saw on the road. Of course, I'm a body man. And then finally, the motor went. So, you know, why would I keep it? I should crush it. But I understand your thinking. But some of them got to go.
Says hi from Bath, Ontario.
Wow, Ontario. Well, hello. Yes, hopefully in another few months we'll be headed back that way. We have to pick up the Firebird motor from Heritage Motors, Heritage Auto and Diesel Repair. Is that the name?
Heritage Brothers?
Heritage Brothers.
In Fredericton.
In Fredericton. Why do I always get that messed up? Anyhow, they got a great YouTube channel as well. And Jason's been updating that fairly regular. And I got to go back there to get the motor for the Firebird and potentially the transmission, but it's really a boat
Drop off some parts for Jason.
Oh, right. Jason bought some parts out west here that we'd like to deliver to him for some of his collection. He's got some pretty cool cars. So we did, I think, do a tour of that previously. So hopefully we're going to head back out east come February, Marchish, something like that.
Once we're not hitting the blizzard.
Well, it depends on the weather, of course. But the weather changes you're going across all the provinces, so it's hard to say. Or maybe just go north. Damn, I want to do the Dempster again, big time.
And Cameron says, wait until the price of steel goes up for your pressure cars.
I suppose, yes. Yes, the price of steel fluctuates quite a bit. But I kind of think I would like to go up to the Dempster, or I might be gold mining next summer. Definitely got to go hang out there for a bit at the mine site. Would prefer to do that full time probably. The change is always good. Before Rust Bros, I would go mining in the summer, build cars in the winter. That was a pretty good way to live. I could see going back to that.
How many customers' cars do you have in the queue?
Well, now Patrick Angle has his 57 delivery outside, and I actually want to get that in fairly soon. I have a hood scoop to build for Dan out of Grand Prairie. Now it's just a shaker hood. He's got a CUDA, and I got to build him. It'll come in, you'll see it probably in the next few weeks. That's what I have in front of me, and that's, and the Nomad, I'm tied up for months. So those two guys are getting looked after.
So to answer the question, an S33 is a bucket seat, vinyl roof, 390, 4-barrel, 9-inch rear end, kind of a Ford answer to an Impala.
Okay, but the guy sounds like a Mopar guy because he knows everything about that car. You see, Mopar guys are the first place I heard right-hand mirror, that's an option. So what he's talking about is a very cool car. And obviously he's done his research. And a 390 is a great motor. That would be an interesting car.
And Lars is also saying, living in the countryside, you would love having a Citroen, I don't know if I'm saying that right,
Citroen, yeah.
2CV.
2CV. So that's a model number. When I was young, we had a 36 front-wheel drive Citroen in the shop. It was one of our family members. And Dad was, I think, did some work. Very incredibly cool car. Didn't know they had front-wheel drive in 36. Citroen has always had some pretty cool cars, definitely. I haven't worked on many at all. Yeah, cool cars though.
So that S33
Mm-hmm.
is a very rare car.
I was gonna say, sounds like it's Canadian made too by the names he was throwing at us. I'm gonna guess Canadian built. He should probably throw me a picture to my Instagram so I can see what it looks like. It sounds pretty cool. That's the problem. There's a lot of cool cars out there, and if you don't watch it, you end up being like Mike. And you have too many and you can't work on them. It's almost like you have to focus on a few. You know, it's like, how do you pick a trade? People, you know, I've done a few different trades, but you want to focus on one, do it well. You don't want to diversify before you've learned the one you're learning. And you never really quit learning. So it's a delicate balance. Wow, do I digress?
It is Canadian made.
Yeah, okay, figured. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. That's an interesting one I hadn't even heard of. And I keep running into stuff like that because there's no way you can know it all. Or all the cars. The European cars, you know, working on them, you gotta have different wrenches. So you gotta have smaller hands. I know working on the Jags, trying to take a fuel tank out of an E-Type Jaguar was a day-long affair. It was something else. But worth it. Well worth it. Yes.
How much longer do you think you have on the Nomad?
Okay, I've been sort of planning the Nomad should be painted in February. That's what I'm looking at. December is a tough month to get a lot done. Cassidy and I will have the body work on this close to being primed or finished by the end of November. That gives me December, blocking it out, making it nice, take the car apart and start painting inners in January. So by the end of January, I want to have the inners painted. And then in February, paint the outside. And then maybe I can bug Matt from Legacy Speed and Body to come and hang out for a week, flatten all his tires, and he can help me polish it. But this is how I figure it out. When you bring in a car, you should try to figure out when's it got to be done. This is the way I do it. You take a car to a shop, you drop it off, standard thing. You don't see your car for 3 years, you get choked, go pick it up, take it somewhere else. Do it all again. When someone brings me a car, I bring it in and go, when are we gonna have it done? So they or I will go, I'm going, I think February. So now I gotta work backwards. If it's gonna be done in February, it better be painted at the start of February, which means the inner's gotta be painted in January, which means I better have the body work. Well, geez, I gotta be blocking it in December, which means, so I work my way backwards. Instead of just going, yeah, we'll have it out for you in December, and then go, how are we gonna do that? You gotta be realistic.
Mark wants to know how you keep the raw steel from surface rust. Doesn't appear as you prime as you go along.
Ah, no, good point. When I was out east, I talked to some fellas. I forget the fella's name. Mike, wasn't it, who had the Superbird? Anyhow, out east, where it's very humid, they primed almost immediately. Here, it's pretty dry, as you can tell by the dry coughs around here. So we can leave it open. They tell us metal starts to rust in 4 hours. If I start to see an issue, I've already sanded the roof once. I went over it, just to clean it off and make sure. You keep an eye on it. If it's starting to get rusty, yep, you better clean it off and prime it. We could talk about whether we should epoxy before we body fill, but that would divide everybody in two. It's a highly volatile topic. Do what works. Anyhow, you leave it in bare metal. Before I go to put body filler on it, I'm gonna clean that metal. It might be with 24 grit, might be with 80 grit, but we're gonna clean it absolutely clean before we carry on. So I don't get too worried about it. Excellent question, but I go over every square inch of the car before it gets primed. So I make sure it's clean.
Joe figures you need an apprentice.
I do. I definitely need an apprentice. I was really not planning on working this hard all the time. But it was very hard until I get settled. I mean, you can't have an apprentice until you have a schedule, and we've been really busy with life. And now we'll think about that. I would sure like to, it's great. Cassidy will be here to help. Maybe we'll have Colby show up at some point and give us a hand for a bit. She's got to take holidays sometime. She can come and take her holidays and work. Yes.
So
Lou's having a giggle.
340 Duster wants to know, where's the wood stove? Cocktails. You guys should set up a pod and do the live together.
Set up a what?
Set up a pod.
A pod.
Podcast.
Oh, I see.
Do the live together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, do you have a wood stove? It's out in the lean-to. I haven't hooked it up to anything. But yes, a corner of the world that's away from everything else. Remember, they used to have like the fireside chats. Something like that, I suppose, is what they mean. An excellent idea. With the phones.
Like what Lyle said about the frame crush.
The frame crush.
You didn't go look at the frame that was bad, but.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. When, you're welding suspensions together, front ends together, cutting frames in half and welding them together. If we have a ticket, we are ticketed, we are allowed to do that legally, and you take care. There's amazing things that happen out there, and you see stuff that gets ground down, and it's scary.
Saskatchewan says this is the fender side chats.
Oh, yes.
That's a good
Awesome. Fender side chats. But yes, should be lower lighting, and I should have some more parts hanging around on the walls. You can almost see I have a wooden spoke wheel up there if I turn this. You can't really tell it's a wooden spoke wheel. It's off a 20 Chevrolet we got from Bob Hill, who used to race cars when they had leather racing helmets, actually. That's how long ago he raced cars. So we got those wheels from him. Friend of my dad's helped build a Model A motor for us for a vehicle we've restored a few years back.
People are liking that idea, fender side chats.
Yes, well, yeah, and I mean, I'm looking forward to having Cassidy here because I haven't harangued her in quite some time, and I'm sure she needs some haranguing. Just being down in Vegas and doing SEMA and everything. It'll be good to hear what she has planned for her future. She's been working on a square body in her shop for a while.
Wayne enjoys watching you do metal work and seeing you and your dad in videos.
Oh yeah, no, it's all right working with Dad. He's, like I say, he's working on his front suspension right now for his truck. I've got to go try to find a fender for his truck. His truck in 05 was written off, and I went and bought this written off GMC diesel. It's a few thousand kilometers, like 7 or 8, and we rebuilt it. And so he's been driving that for 20 years. And so low mileage still, but it's been a good truck. But after 20 years of driving the truck, there's a little bit of rust showing up in the front fender, so I got to try to find a couple of those. There's no wreckers around here. I've got to go out to the Okanagan by Rust Bros and find the really good wreckers where they have rust-free panels. So I've got to do that at some point.
So David is asking for update on the axle on the Firebird. We got it fixed.
David.
We got a new rear end.
Oh, I wondered if it was David I'd met. Okay. Actually, we took our axle out. That we borrowed one from a 67 Firebird from Richard. So we put a new bearing on it and retainer, and I took that back to him, put it back in his car, tried to buy his car off him, not quite ready to sell it. And then we came back, and Dawson Creek Mike did a Camaro, and he had his original Camaro rear end before he upgraded, and called us up and said, hey, you want it? Come and get it. So we went up to Dawson Creek and got that from Mike, and it's in the car. And then we had to get a changeover, a crossover U-joint, which Pat's Auto helped us out with. And now I just got to tighten up the bolts, and the car is drivable.
And Impella John, always willing to take some time to apprentice for a week or two.
Ah,
Would help with work on the Impella.
yeah, no. John does some pretty nice work. And also he has his own YouTube channel showing people how to restore a 66 Impala. JK Impala 66. Check it out. We had fun working together with him and Chris. And I kind of want to go down and do a bit more work for him. His shop space gets reduced considerably when it snows or rains because they have to push the car back out of the garage to have lots of room to work on it. So I'm hoping to go down and do some work with him. And, you know, I should probably have him come up here for a visit with sandpaper.
Well, thanks, Wayne.
All right. What's that?
He just says you're lucky to have your dad and the lady running the camera.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I'd be completely lost otherwise, whichever way you look at it, you bet. So Sunday afternoon, it's good to
Make this a thing.
get back in touch and sort of if you have questions, or this is a good, you know, we're going to try to do this every Sunday. I'm figuring out the technical part of it all, but this is the chance where if you have some questions, I mean, I do read the comments. I try to answer most of the questions, but save them up, ask me questions, make suggestions. We are looking for places that I can go spend a day giving someone a hand.
Here's a dandy question.
Uh-oh.
Did you ever undercoat Lou's truck? Gee, do I have running boards? Thanks, Randy.
This pass. You can't, no. No, actually, I didn't. Yeah, I haven't. That's right. We haven't got the running boards on yet. What else do we not have on it? There's something else.
Mud flaps.
Oh, mud flaps. That's right. Went and tried to find some. I really hate the idea of bolting a ginormous mud flap onto a fender because there's a lot of weight getting beat up, tear the fender right off. I was hoping to find some brackets. This is what I say, life happens and you don't get the things done you should get done. So no, haven't done that. Thank you for reminding us.
I know.
Oh yeah.
The rock chip on top of the fender tells us.
Oh, I didn't see that. Somebody did, I guess. Okay, great. All right. Yeah, well, maybe we'll talk to Todd at A&C Transmission in Edmonton, and he can help me find the proper ones. He's good at finding anything, so go to AC Transmission in Edmonton, and we're going there. We've got our transmission done there. And he just happens to know everything about finding stuff.
3-4 Duster wants to know if you hit the Legion for local dinner on Friday and what was fed.
Oh, of course, every Friday. It was roast beef. And yeah, the Legion dinner in Hike, and it's a reasonable price, and everyone shows up, get to hang out and visit for a couple hours. And it was a great dinner, always is. I think next week is schnitzel, and people wait months for that. Cancel holidays for that. So.
Morgan says hi from Arizona mountains.
Oh, wow, Arizona mountains, yes, it does get cold up there. I was surprised to hear that. Far up.
And yeah, that's.
Okay, well, it's
Unless
been.
you have more you want to show, I could run your phone if you want to show.
Well, we're going to have some videos coming out. I can give you a little brief update quickly here. I'm working on a battery box, and how do I turn this around? Well, I don't even know how. So if you look inside the taillight, you can see the starts of a battery box. And it's got to be accessible from out here. So also, I would like to point out that I said when I got back, I would start to clean up my shop. Well, I have. It is a whole heck of a lot cleaner than it used to be. But it has a ways to go. Oh, yeah. And there's the infamous Lou who makes it all happen. So, and there's the Firebird. So, oh yeah. And there, of course, Honey the Wonder Dog. Yay, Honey, how you doing? What, it's a feeding time, man? Oh, you're not going to feed me? Okay, I'm going back to sleep. Yeah, see?
Yes, we'll get Cassidy on the line.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing live with Cassidy. Great to see her. So, all right, folks, thanks for checking in. Any suggestions, send them. Cheers. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Great Cup. Do I hit end?